Finally, we have Rainbow Six Siege content. And Ubisoft has just released their Year 9 Season 2.3 patch notes. And I'm so glad we can finally talk about Siege because guess what? They totally got rid of all the cheaters. All right, maybe not. But let's get right into it. All right, so first up is a zombie, which it's kind of breaking my heart because they're nerfing her. Yeah, congratulations, everybody. They're nerfing a zombie. So, according to Ubisoft, the destruction of the Kiba barriers were divided between 56% from explosives and 44% from melee attacks following the update in Year 9 Season 1. So the rate shift over to 42% explosives, 29% melee, and 28% bullets. So, however, this season, explosive usage increased while bullet damage decreased. So, their reasoning for this, so they decided to, hey, let's up the Kiba barriers. So, Kiba barriers are going to be increased damage by handguns, 20% by small calibers, 30% by medium calibers, 20% by high calibers. Increased by 20% of the damage received by revolvers, and increased 30% of the damage received by machine pistols. Then, for submachine guns, they're increased by 30% for smaller calibers, 20% for medium calibers, and 20% for high calibers. For assault rifles, it's going to be 20% increased damage. For light machine guns, it's going to be 20% increased damage. For designated marksman rifles, it's going to be 20%. And for sniper rifles, it's going to be 150%. So that means that Callie can now one-tap zombie barricades, which is a reason why I always complain and cry about banning Callie in ranked games, because Callie is actually a good operator, and if more people got on the train, we wouldn't have to see Callie in any more ranked. All right, on to the next one. All right, next we got another one of my favorite operators who is, I don't think he's really getting a nerf or a buff. They're just going to be taking away the Gong 6 on Buck, which honestly, they say it's not really useful, or it really doesn't matter because he does have the automatic, he does have the shotgun built into the bottom of the rifle. But still, I am kind of sad of missing my Gong 6. I mean, I just got black ice on it, and it looks cool. So I guess Gong 6 is off on Buck. On to the next one. And the next one's actually really cool because finally we're going to see a little bit of Echo. All right, I'm super excited about this because Echo is getting a buff and a nerf, depending on how you look at it. So first of all, I'm sorry, did I say Buck? I meant Echo. Gosh dang it. Echo, we're going to keep that in there. Echo is going to get a, because we're all human. All right, so Echo is going to get a nerf or a buff, depending on how you look at it. It's kind of like a 50-50 split for this guy. And I'm really excited that we're finally getting some love on Echo, and I might start playing Echo a little bit more. So, after they got rid of the 1.5 sight on the MP5 SD, we are now adding a 2-time sight to it, which I'm super excited about. No more one-time sights. So we're going to get the ACOG on the MP5 SD, which is actually pretty neat. And instead of having him as a 2-speed, 2 armor, he's now going to a 3 armor, 1 speed, which honestly isn't that bad. You shouldn't be roaming with Echo at all. You should be laying down in a safe spot, playing on your drones. Also lurking a little bit more, kind of catching those roamers that are trying to flank your team, and also stopping people from the plant. So that's the Echo buff and nerf, I guess 50-50. He's getting a little bit of love and, being denied a little bit of his agility. But honestly, I'm pretty excited to see that. And on to the next one. All right, so up next we have Ella, which honestly, she has kind of received a silent buff on her SMG or AR or whatever you want to call it, the Scorpio EVO-3A1, EVO-3A1, whatever. Anyway, she kind of got a little bit of a buff on this. It wasn't really put out there, but lately I've seen a lot of people use it. I've used her myself, and there seems to be like no recoil with the gun anymore, which is actually kind of lit. What she is getting for this update is she's going to get her observation blockers removed, which I'm actually really excited about because these things are the most pointless things in Rainbow Six Siege. There is really no strat that makes these work. If they blocked out the actual attacker's vision and not just the drones, that would be awesome. But no, they just, they get rid of cameras and stuff like that. And honestly, they're stupid. So she's getting impacts, which is going to make her a little bit more of a better op to help set up sight. So now Iona mains or Ella mains actually have to do something than just running around and throwing their gadget and putting up their stupid observation blockers. So that's kind of the buff, I guess you could say, on Ella. But I mean, buff or not, it is kind of nice that she is getting impacts. One more operator to finally have impact grenades in the game. And up next is my favorite, Gridlock. All right, on to Miss Thicklock, Gridlock. Gridlock is getting a liposuction. She will no longer be a juicy, big operator. She's going to be now pencil thin, just like Ash. All right, maybe not. She's actually going to get a bit of an update to her gadgets. So her gadgets are going to be increased to 15 health points per second when you're moving through them as a defender from 10. This is honestly pretty nice because instead of just shooting them or trying to rock through it, if you're a little bit of health trying to swing the Gridlock, if they planted, you now have to be a little bit more careful when you walk through these things, kind of like Legion's gadget as well. So she is getting a bit of an update, and that is nice. So now, you know, defenders have to worry about Gridlock a little bit more. I hope to see her played, and yeah, so that's pretty much it. And no, she's not getting skinnier. We're still getting that juicy gun that she has up here. Anyways, all right, on to the next one. And on to the two defenders that I'm so excited are getting nerfed. Well, okay, Melusi's getting buffed and nerfed, and Wamai is just getting completely nerfed. No more ACOGs on Melusi and Wamai's MP5s. Thank you, Rainbow Six Siege. We are finally getting rid of these stupid ACOGs. So the pick rates of these ops are 100% going to go down a lot more. And I mean, let's be real. Most people do play Melusi for her gadget, but they've been using the ACOG because, hey, it's an ACOG, and you might not always get to play Doc or Rook. But now no more. No more sweaty mains. Honestly, this is going to impact console more because console, Wamai, and Melusi are played a lot. And in PC, it's kind of a colorful picture of everybody plays different ops on defense, so that is nice. But the cool part about Melusi, she might not have the ACOG anymore. She's also getting a shotgun as well, and she's going to be getting an extra gadget. We're going to be getting an extra gadget with her. So instead of 3 Melusi traps, we're going to have 4. She's going to be able to set up sight a little bit more. And honestly, I think that's a W. So you're getting kind of a buff and a nerf. So we'll still see the pick rate on Melusi a little bit higher. But as for Wamai, I am so glad Scuba Steve is getting his ACOG taken away because he is the warden of this season. Everyone played warden with the 1.5 sight, and if you've noticed, now not many people play warden because 1.5 is gone. So they all jumped on, Wamai because they're bad and all they could do is just shoot stuff. So Wamai is finally getting rid of his ACOG. This pick rate is going to go down. I guarantee you 99% of people will not be playing Wamai. Jaeger is a better operator anyways for countering grenades and flashbangs and stuff like that because his traps don't die after something goes through there. They just have to reload. Unlike Wamai, whose gadget just gets completely bopped when something goes through it. So hopefully we'll see this down. This is really nice because now, especially on PC, no more pixel peeking with Wamai, you nerds. I'm so fucking happy. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so those are kind of the updates for the season. I really wish we were getting an update about cheaters. It is just kind of funny that Ubisoft just ignores that in the patch notes. Just it blatantly goes, yeah, we're just going to do all this stuff and does not address cheating, which is the real problem. Which is the real problem in Rainbow Six Siege. I mean, come on. I'm so sick of cheating. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous with the cheaters in this season. All right. Yeah, he's looking through the walls. He sees us. He sees us. He sees us. He sees them running. He's looking right through the walls. He jumps out. He's looking. He's looking. Yeah, he knows exactly where this guy is. And yeah, because that isn't cheating, right?
No, that's legit, bro. I don't know what you're on about.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Ubisoft bans cheaters. Ubisoft's really banning those cheaters. Yeah, look at that. Wow, look at that. And I think that before Ubisoft does any more, I want the next patch note, the next season, that intro trailer where they talk about the game. None of that fancy weird stuff with the weird camera angles or the lady walking around on the map. I want to hear them actually have a game plan that addresses cheaters, because unless you live under a rock, or unless even on console, fine, you guys got your Zims, but on PC, this game is like unplayable almost when you get to higher ranks. I queue in with a lot of emeralds, I queue in with diamonds, I queue in with a couple champs. Even in my elo as well, because I'm still a silver, I still get cheaters. No matter what elo I play in, I get cheaters. And that's with everyone. And the problem is, we've had this epidemic of calling people out who are good cheaters. 9 out of 10 times, usually we're right, but it's gotten to the point where if you are the slightest bit good, you're going to be called a cheater. And that's a problem. That's honestly a problem, and Ubisoft needs to fix that. We really got to get that fixed, because this is absolutely ridiculous that they're not addressing the cheating instead of putting stupid events like the mute protocol. I mean, like, come on, dude. This is, oops, I don't want to join the end. This is one of the dumbest things that could possibly have been brought back. One, they're reskinning a complete event that happened like 4 years ago at this point, charging people an absurd amount of money for recolored skins. And this was their way of countering cheating, because instead of addressing cheating, why not make Rainbow Six Siege players spend more time and more money on useless crap? Seriously, fix the cheating. All right, guys, I'm not going to go rant on cheating. I wanted to make a video about cheating in Rainbow Six Siege for a while, and honestly, like, I can make a million videos on that, and it's just kind of pointless. So, if you guys like the patch notes, I'm going to link the link for the full patch notes down below. That's just kind of the oversight of everything. You guys could read a little bit more. But that's stuff coming to Rainbow Six Siege when they do their patch. I don't know if it's coming today when this video is made, later this week, or next week. But that's what we're going to get. I'm super excited. And honestly, you might see some echo clips coming out for me. Other than that, guys, appreciate you guys hanging out with me for this video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.